shots fired. It's shots fired. Wrong, but I made it right. You came begging day and night. I don't want the bottom, don't go out of your state of mind. I've been counting 1 to 10. I'll be back when you begin. With my music again. Yeah, I see you go down. Yeah, I see you go down. I see. Yeah, I see you go down. Yeah, I see you go down. And I know you keep asking me. Flames and fire, I know you are done with me. It's just fired. I see you go down, yeah, I see you go down. I see you go down, yeah, I see you just fired. Shots fired. I wanna see the light. See the light. I wanna see the light. my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. I see the new eyes covered in ink. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Welcome along here to Modena. This is round number 2 of TCR EurAsia. A great race out here. Super excited. We got about 7 drivers into the server. Still waiting for a couple more. Round 1 was absolutely chaotic. I wonder what will happen here. More short track racing, front wheel drive, single make. Everyone on the same playing field. This is going to be a really good race, I can tell you that much. A lot of these guys are putting in very similar times to each other. If you haven't noticed already, we have some new audio equipment to play around with. Yes, I have finally gotten a new microphone, so no more very clippy microphone, and now to a more subtle podcasty kind of microphone. But yeah. Hopefully my voice does not distract you too much of the action that's going to go on out here. Let's turn up the volume a little bit. So you can hear these cars. Let's put back on some music here. Take a look at the drivers on track right now. Let's see who we have. Doing just some audio checks. All right, so turning off our auto camera here, we have Demario Hines signing up to join us here for this championship. Haven't seen him in a very, very long time. As you guys know, a lot of new and returning drivers coming here to CMRC to take part in this championship. Well, more like a mini series. Music a bit high, thank you for that. I can turn that down right there. Alright, that should be good now. Alright, so yeah, Demario Hines. Really happy that he's back here at CMRSC. Well, let's see what he can do, you know. Very long hiatus from sim racing entirely. So let's see what happens when he's back. Currently, he's the fastest man on track. Oswyne Wilson now. Great result from last week. Last week out at Tsukuba. Let's see what he's gonna show out here today. Cannot wait to see him battle on track, because you know he's very good with keeping his tires alive to the very end. A lot of these drivers are A lot of these drivers are killing their tires around the halfway mark of this race and just having zero grip coming to the end. But Oswyne Wilson able to cut through the field in both races to finish pretty good and actually come up into the points. Looking at Marlon Younge now. Not the best of starts for this series, but we'll see what he can do. Currently sitting in P3 in the times right now, as we have 28 minutes left to go into the session here. His teammate Martin Webster sitting in 4th right there, scoring P7 in race 2. So we'll see what he could do out here in Modena. I know both X-Play drivers do have history around here, as he actually goes with a 55.8. Dylan Morant here, another very, very quick driver. I don't believe he was here last week. I could be wrong, but he is sitting in P5 with a time of a 58.7. Of course, this is not everyone who will be participating in this week's race, as we have Stephen Pommels into the pits, as well as Daniel Nasseir. We also have a couple more drivers. We have Kayle on track right now, and we are definitely looking at way more drivers. We should be looking at possibly an 18 to 20 car grid. So yeah, I am very, very excited to see what happens here. Just gonna pull up some more sheets out here. Let's actually take a look at the timing pages right now. So as you can see, not everyone has joined the server just yet, but looking at the timing sheets right now, DeMario is actually not the fastest driver of the week, as that goes back to Santiago Rosenzweig, because yeah, he's just put in some blissful alien-like laps into the server. No idea how he's done it, but yeah, I cannot wait to see him out in qualifying. I really want to see what he can do out here. Looking back on the timing sheets now, I believe second actually goes to Tavar Clarke. Let me just double check that. Yeah, so Tavar Clarke, if you haven't have seen it, let's actually play that hot lap right now. We do have the hot lap on standby. Let's slow down the music right here. Let's take a look at this hot lap from Tavar Clarke that we had put up yesterday. If you want to look at more hot laps that we do every Friday, check out our YouTube channel. Are you? Hello, my name is Rahul Nasseir from Caribbean Motor Racing Center, and today we're going through a hot lap. The car you're using is the 2020 Cooper Leon Competizione. This is also a part of Round 2 of the EurAsia series. If you want to get a part of the action, a link is in the description down below to join the Discord, and we'll get you all hooked up from there. On board with Tavar Clarke now, coming over the start-finish straight here, braking down into first gear for turn 1. Very tight hairpin here. Open the car out just after, and then quickly braking back down into first gear, kind of clipping the apex there for a quick little left and right hook there. Now the back straight, let the car open up, loosen out for the upcoming next set of lefts and rights. Braking down just before the 50-meter mark, all the way down to first gear. Open the car out very early. Keep an eye on that telemetry. Braking down into first gear once again, long left-hander, and then flick back to a right-hander for second gear. Keeping the car opened out, not too wide, you're going to get a cut track. Short shifting into third gear for this long right-hander, and then opening the car out one final time for the front straight, crossing the line for a time of a 54.99. Very, very quick lap indeed. It's like have a your web protection isn't fully set up. Oh no, we're going to get a virus midway through the race. Very, very quick lap. Yeah, 54.9. That is blistering quick. I have no idea where he found that pace from. We know that Santiago had mentioned that this track, and probably all the tracks we have in the calendar, it's all about setup. It's all about setup. We got to find the right setup that will suit the cars and suit the track perfectly. So, yeah. Don't know how they do it. Don't know what the secret is. I can tell you right now that we have Sean Lee in the chat. Thank you so much. Yeah, sorry. Like I was saying, yeah, you just got to find the right setup for these cars. Let's actually turn the audio back up. Don't want it too high right now as we're just in practice. Just here to chill out as we have 20 minutes until the day of reckoning, until all the warriors come out onto the battlefield and do war. If you haven't checked it out, please go check out our Instagram and Facebook. Links are in the description down below. We have posted our championship recognition posts for our top 3 of Series 1, top 3 of Series 2, top 3 overall, top 3 constructors, and top 3 manufacturers. So do check that out. Show some love there. Much appreciated. So still waiting for a couple guys to join. I have heard some word that I'm actually now seeing that it is Santiago into the chat. We also have Sander into the chat. Sander, are you going to be racing today? That is the question. Let's actually take a look at the points though. Just give me 1 second here. Let's get something a little bit more relaxing. So, don't think I have the points up here just yet, as that is actually from our DTM championship. What an event the last race was, you know. A part of me still cannot get over what transpired at that race. So I'm actually going to add the points here. Just give me 1 second. There you go. Let's load this up for you guys. It's a little bit blurry right now. Not too sure why it's showing like that, but we have obviously we're not doing manufacturers because single make, and we're not doing teams. So it truly is every man for themselves. Looking at the standings, I do apologize for the blur, but Santiago leads with 43 points. Next, we have Lewis Piper with 35. Sander, who don't think we'll be seeing him today. He's in third with 34 points, so close behind. And yeah, I guess I don't think. Maybe if he's able to race one of the races today, we could see him still in the battle, but without the drop scores, it is extremely difficult. Not impossible, I'd say. Nothing's impossible in motorsports, but yeah, it's just gonna be very difficult for him to climb back up, that's for sure. Oswyne Wilson, 33 points. Very big contender, as he's one of the main guys who's just nailing the tires correctly. Always just being there at the very end to pick up the scraps from the aliens. And, you know, holding his ground for himself and, you know, scoring some big points. So 33 points. We also have Alexander in 5th right now. Currently with 22 points. Very, very quick driver out here as well. One of our brand new drivers debuting last week at Tsukuba circuit. So, yeah, make sure to definitely watch out for him. We also have Martin Webster, currently at P6. Not the best of the first race, but the second race. Definitely, you know, improving for a P7. Sounds like nothing, but it's definitely something. Trust me. We also have Tavar Clarke. I do expect him to be in the big time of the points here. Maybe a double top 3. We shall find out, but he is rocking with 15 points. With 8 points, we have Dylan Moretso. I am mistaken. He did actually compete last week, so sorry about that. But currently he's in P6 on the track right now, as we are watching him go around the track. Let's actually take a look at who else is on track that we can watch Oswyne Wilson into the meantime. Lance Nasseir has 6 points. Again, that reverse grid helping him big time getting some points, but in the first race, definitely needing to improve, as not the best at qualifying, starting from the back. Also have Kurt Moss and Martin Toth and Afraz Allie all tied for 4 points. Sadly, Kurt Moss would have definitely had a lot more points if he had not had to attend to some things. Something was wrong with the car, I believe, so he just had to pull over. That's what we will say in sim terms. But yeah, hopefully, actually, I don't think we will be seeing him coming out here. But yeah, if he does, we'll definitely need the points. Martin Toth, I do believe he will be racing as well, 4 points as well, and as well as Afraz Allie, who is currently 13th in the total time. So we'll see what he can do if he does decide to join us here today. Alejandro Rodríguez currently sitting with 1 point. Marlon Younge with 1 point. Very surprised, just had a terrible race out last week. So, currently P3 right now, as we have Lance Nasseir joining the server right now. P3 for Marlon Younge. We'll see what he could do. We know Marlon and Oswyne are just absolute enemies. And yeah, hopefully we could see them battling side by side on track. Who knows? And we also have Curtis Gregory rounding out the points with 1 point as well, tied for 11. Wonder what he can do on track as well. We shall see. Looking at the points for the week, we had Santiago, obviously, with the fastest lap of a 54.708. I don't know how he does it. I really don't. For the most laps, so actually Santiago actually scored 3 points because of that. With most laps, we have Martin Webster putting 469 points onto the board. As we see Curtis Gregory also joining onto the track. Let's actually go back to full screen here. There's nothing to read onto the stream. 60 minutes left to go. Lance Nasseir clocks in 359 points before midnight, scores him 3 points. And Tavar Clarke with 278 laps, putting in 1 point onto the board for the hunt for the championship. Handful of drivers into the pits right now. Reading the chat right now. We have Slush Crasher saying this track and car combo don't mix all that well, in my opinion. Honestly, I don't mind the combo, to be honest. Like putting myself as a racing driver perspective with these cars and this track, it's not bad. There's a lot of long left hands and long right hands that tend to make the tires hot, that's for sure. But to be honest, I don't mind it. I can see why people hate it, and I can see why people like it. We also have in the chat, who do we see? See Sanders saying, me in this car. Oh wait, no, actually, that was okay, Sanders disagreeing with you, okay. Can I do the second race and start first? Slush Crasher, Curtis, okay, you are Curtis, cool. Sander, to answer that question, you are not able to. Simply because the game wants the game wants people to finish into the first race, and if you don't finish, you're gonna start in the back. So, not my rules. I wish I could change that. Oh, I don't know if I would, because you could kind of just retire if you just don't have a good race and you're out of the points. So, yeah. To answer your question, you would have to compete into the first race to actually have a position for the second race. Song choice is spot on. Sweet. Let's go Team Jamaica. yeah, we have Kayle and Tavar leading the charge there. 13 minutes left to go into the session. See, music volume too loud on stream. Let me actually double check that. Actually, it isn't. It's actually quiet. Okay. So, sadly, as a race director, as well as your commentator, I have to answer some questions into the chat. So I'll be with you in a second. Let's actually go back to the auto camera here. On board with a couple of drivers. Let's see what they're doing. To answer that question, you are not able to. Simply because the game wants the game wants people to finish into the first race. And if you don't finish, you're going to start in the back. So, not my rules. I wish I could change that. Oh, I don't know if I would because that... Alright, we are back. 7 people watching the stream. Yeah, I have turned down the volume now. I'm just noticing the messages in Discord. So, music volume too loud. Crank up the engine noise. Okay. Okay, so let's go on board just to double check this. Hopefully that's good. Let me know how that is. So yeah, 7 people watching the stream, 7 likes. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as well, as we are so close to 100 subscribers. So yeah, all in all, thank you guys so much for all the support. And yeah, if you want to support us even more, check out our social medias in the description down below. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, as we post weekly all news regarding CMRC. If you're not a driver yourself or you're slowly getting your equipment, follow us there. Also, if you are a driver looking for a challenge, come down to CMRC. If you need some convincing, stick around. Stick around for this race. Guarantee you, after this race, you're going to be excited. You're going to want to join us. So, if you're already interested right now, hit that Discord link in the description. Join us, and we will get you all hooked up from there. And if we need to give you a little bit of convincing, stick around. As who do we have here? We have Sander Baldwin. He has joined. The alien has come down to planet Earth. He's ready to kick some butt on track. Let's see what times he'll be doing on against the likes of Demario Hines pulling over on track. Oswyne Wilson probably at the pits right now. A couple of guys actually just parked up there. Let's change up the camera here. There we go. See all the drivers into the pits. There's Marlon Younge out there with a 55.444. 3 thousandths of Oswyne Wilson, I believe. Yeah. Minutes left to go into the session now. On board with Curtis Gregory. It's actually staying for me. Let's go. Watch our telemetry here. Let's check out how he's doing on track. Check out some other drivers onto the track right now. Who have we not seen yet? We have Alexander on track, currently behind Demario Hines there. Let's keep an eye on him. Let's see what he's doing. He's on his outlap right now. Sticking very, very close to him. Okay, I have turned down the music a bit. Let's actually swap out playlist. We do have 6 minutes left to go. All right. All right, that should be good there.
I got off the wires when I close my eyes, disconnected and tired.
Let's get out of the car right now. Check out who else is out there. Got Tavar Clarke. I am definitely staying on board with him. Let's go driver's eye. And let's see. What is he doing to make that car that quick? Currently on a quick one right now, I believe. Oh, it's actually folded in. I hope you're not watching the stream. Probably making sure nobody sees the secrets. Actually, he does come back out. All right, outlap. Now we can watch his lines, see how he does. Take a lock up. 9 people watching the stream. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Sander puts in a time of a 55.8, goes into P6. Demario Hines is still at the top of the standings there, but the man who's returned to sim racing, he is doing very good for himself. All right, Tavar, let's see what you got coming around. The final couple of corners here. Alright, coming around the final corner. Let's do a little bit of a commentary hot lap. So, coming around the final corner now in third gear. Now to begin hot lap here. Let's see where he is braking. There's a 100-meter marker there. Braking about the 60-65 meter mark. Yes, Sander ahead of him. Keeps it in second gear, back down to first. Quickly over the first curb. Yoinks it in for the second. Now to the back straight here. Hard on the brakes. First gear now. Is he keeping for second? No, he actually puts up into third and then right back down into first. Making sure he doesn't bang out the rev limiter. Keeps it into second and slowly accelerates out. Does he short shift at any point? He does not. Keeps the foot flat to the ground. Looks like a very good lap indeed. He puts it into second with a 55.3. Wow. What a lap time from the Jamaican there. Good stuff from him. See Ryan Noreen in the chat. Welcome. You see Marlon Younge parking it into the gravel there. Danny Nasseir now. Currently on 11 with a 57.1, but this is only his first few laps into the server right now with 2 minutes left to go into the session. Let's actually head into the race chat now to speak with the drivers. Let's see what's up. At the moment, very, very focused. With this upcoming race here. I'm gonna give him a little bit of a quick briefing just before the race begins. Handful of drivers not to the servers yet, but qualifying being 15 minutes long, good for enough drivers to quickly sneak into the server. Move the gear indicator to the far lower right. Okay, yeah, we can check that out. Let's see how low it actually is right now. Okay, best we could do with that, because we do have the scrolling ads going through, so we can't overlap it on the bottom right there. 15 seconds left to go into the session. A lot of drivers actually out on track, now coming into the pits. Marlon Younge out his out lap. Actually looks like we're gonna have to put that into the pits right now. See what he does. Is that a quick lap? No, it is not. Tavar Clarke has actually put it fastest lap with a 55.0. Just caught the end of that there. Currently fastest on track. Very interesting. All right, so that is practice over with now. Last few drivers onto the track currently. guys have any questions for me, do let me know about the car, the track, or anything sim racing related. Do let me know. Who is on track? We have Kevin Ospina on track right now. Just getting in at the end of practice. And yeah, that is your practice complete. Fun. Alright, so all the drivers are currently into the pits right now. Talk to the drivers. All right. What's up? All right, welcome out to round 2. You already know what to do. Qualifying now. Obviously short track. Just make sure you're getting out the way and watch how you're exiting the pits. For the race, obviously no mandatory pit stop. You're just going out 20 laps. And then a reverse grid, a full reverse grid. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. Go! 20 laps. All right. Yeah, best of luck, guys, in qualifying. Have a good one. All right, as we're now transitioning into the qualifying. So right now. Yep, just give it a second. All right, qualifying has begun.
My own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles.
Just waiting for us to quickly load as we can watch these guys here. Do give it a couple seconds. There we go, and we are off for qualifying. Take a look at a lot of these guys. We have Kevin backing out, looks to be. Let's see who's at the top of the queue right now. I believe it is Oswyne Wilson. Let's actually get to him. It is Oswyne Wilson, and right behind is Marlon Younge. We're a little bit of directing from Demario Hines. A little bit of direction from Demario Hines there as qualifying is now underway. Let's see what these guys can do now. Oswyne Wilson, big lockup on the rear there. That's the car fully rotated now. So far, so good. Nails the exit perfectly there. Now into the back straights. I don't think Marlon is going to have a good toe along there, just giving each other some space. They actually have Santiago, who was the one who joined the server at the very end there. So take a look at the fastest times on the board to the left of your screen. Oswyne Wilson goes with a 55.3. We have Marlon Younge in P2 with a 55.4. Martin Webster with a 55.7. Demario Hines with a 55.6. Curtis Gregory with a 56.3. Santiago now coming out the pits. Sander puts it with a 56.0. Danny Nasseir now crosses the line with a 57.1. And Tavar Clarke is going to put a lap of a... Oh, actually, no, he's actually now in his out lap. Very curious to see if we can catch Santiago as Lance Nasseir goes with a 57.4. Interesting stuff. Check a look at the audio levels. Oh, actually, no, he's actually now in his out lap. Can now look at all drivers now. 55.3 from Oswyne Wilson. A lot of these drivers filling up the tank. We see Sander puts it in P4 with a 55.7. Webster with a 55.7 as well. Very close together. 0.02 of a second separate each other. Tavar Clarke puts it on provisional pole with a 55.0. Great lap from him. Danny Nasseir now coming across the line, I believe. No, it is not. He's in the pits right now. We see Kevin Ospina puts it in fifth with a 55.728. Times are starting to get closer now. Quickly going to raise up the audio levels here. Bear with me for 1 second. There we go. All right, sweet. Music is a little loud. I actually turned it down a lot. In fact, I actually don't need music right now anyways. But thank you, Ryan Rain, for that. Tavar Clarke into the pits. Santiago puts it in with a 55.3. Let me know if the mic levels are all good to go. Driver's eye of Santiago Rosenzweig behind championship rival Sander van Leeuwen. I wonder if this is going to hurt his time at all. Yeah, definitely will. Sander's holding on for dear life. He is not a fan of these front wheel drives. As in qualifying, you're not really able to pass as everyone is always, well, you're not really obliged to give a position up, as everyone's always on a lap. As actually Sander puts it in P3. Santiago goes straight to the pits as now he's seen his championship rival just put it on a time ahead of him now, so he's like, yep, I'm getting away from you. Oswyne Wilson now on his out lap. We'll see what he can do. See who else is on track. Tavar Clarke now coming out the pits. Very curious to see what he could do if he can keep pole position. This would be very huge if he can keep it. And taking his first pole position to CMRSC. Let's see what he could do. He is a 10th ahead of Santiago currently. But Santiago looks to be getting ready for a quick one. Beautiful livery on that car there. Slowing down now. Looks like he has someone just behind him. Now going out. Let's go. Driver's eye. Let's see what he can do. Can he take down the almighty Jamaican of Tavar Clarke? Crossing the start-finish line now to begin the hot lap here. Coming up to the first corner now. Braking very early. It looks like around the 80-meter marker there. Getting it turned in now. First gear. He has Curtis Gregory for company ahead of him. Can't tell who that is behind him. Curtis Gregory dashes right out the way. We have Santiago on the mic right now, just trying to let people know he is on a flyer. Come around the last couple of corners now. Keeping it in first gear, tucked in. Clean there. He has Sander ahead of him, but that shouldn't bother him. Cuts in one final time. It might go wide. He doesn't. Crossing the line. Does he take provisional pole? He does not. But Demario Hines behind him takes second from Santiago. Wow. He puts it in with a 55-1. Santiago missing. Just missing out on P2 right there. Sorry, losing P2. 55-2 versus the 55-1. Tavar with a 55-0 now. Wow. Let's see how many drivers are in the 55. Sander, of course, coming on his out lap now in the 55s, as well as Oswyne Wilson behind Danny Nasseir. Marlon Younge with a 55-3. Kevin Ospinall with a 55-7. 55-765 for Martin Webster. Oswyne Wilson takes P4 and pushes Sander back down. 55-7 for Martin Webster. Curtis Gardner with a 55-8. And yeah, so the top 9 are within a second of each other. Very, very quick times out here now. Let's actually get out of driver's eye there. Watching Demario Hines onto the back straight now. Coming around now, let's see what he can do. Can he take pole position from Tavar Clarke? Rounding out the final corner now, looks way quicker. Shoots onto the front straight. Does he take it? The Barbadian does not. Taking a look at the pings right now. We also have our new qualifying times onto the screen there, so you can now see the last laps that these guys have done, the best laps these guys have done, and the qualifying times. So yeah, very interesting stuff out here. Coming back live now on track here at Modena. We have Tiago and Pommel's currently not on track right now. I believe they might be rejoining back, especially Pommel's. He has had a bit of issues crashing, especially in that second race where he had the win right there, and you know, early on just crashed out of him. Demario Hines still cannot put it on pole. Tavar Clarke sitting in pits. Just relaxing right now. Let's see if Santiago can do something about it. Rounds out the final corner here. Little bit onto the grass. That's going to slow him down. He's in third right now, and he does not improve. Can we see Oswyne Wilson improve? No, he's in the pits right now. Sander van Leeuwen rounds at the final corner now. We see Steven Pommel's coming back out. Sander with a still in fifth right now. Looks like a lot of these guys are going to have to start thinking about the reverse grid. 11 people watching the stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this evening. Very, very interesting now. We see Marlon Younge right now. Just going to quickly do an audio check right here, so bear with me. Santiago. Very, very interesting now. Puts it on pole, finally! 54.9, now that's more like the Santiago we know. Marlon Younge right now. Just gonna quickly do an audio check right here. Sorry about the echoing, but now we see Santiago putting it on pole, provisional pole position, and that has launched an angry Tavar Clarke, the Jamaican, now in an outlap. He wants that pole position. He wants it badly. Santiago with a 54.954. We know Tavar can beat that time. Oh no, he's just gone off. Yeah, he's gonna have to quickly get out the pits. We see Santiago just ahead of him, the Argentine. Demario Hines coming around the final corner. Can he also take down Tavar Clarke's time? Crossing the line now. He does not. He still stays third. Can Sander do something about it? Can he take P3 at least? Comes across the line. He still stays fourth. Oswyne Wilson crosses the line, stays fifth. Marlon Younge now in his outlap, actually. Kevin Oswyne, we can watch now, coming around the final corner. Can we see Kevin improve? No, he does not. Checking out Marlon Younge now, coming through, he says. I believe that's for Tavar Clarke. Santiago also on his outlap looking to improve. Tavar Clarke also now back out on track. 2 minutes left to go into the session here. Can Sander put it on pole now? We know he's an alien, but these cars, as we read in chat, it's just not suiting him at all, especially on this track. Comes across the line, still does not improve. 1 minute and 36 seconds left to go. Oswyne Wilson does not improve. Demario Hines complaining a little bit, actually having Dylan Morant in the way of him. Not too sure if that ruined his lap there. It's getting spicy out there. 1 minute and 50 seconds left to go into the session now. Qualifying slowly come to a close. Demario Hines probably has one more lap in him. He might have two if he can push it. Don't believe Demario is going to improve. No, he does not. Tavar Clarke, I believe he actually... No, he actually does not jump. I believe he was still in second there. But comes out to the pits now. Actually, I don't think he's going to have another shot in another lap. He's come out a bit too late. Santiago coming around the last couple of quarters. Can we see any drivers closer to complete their laps? No, we cannot. Santiago Rosenzweig, can he extend that time? It's looking a little bit sloppy, actually. 18 seconds left to go. He will get another lap, actually. If his tires can hold on. He is clipping the grass everywhere he goes, extending as much as he can before getting a cut track. Crosses the line, does not improve. Tavar Clarke, his chances of getting pole position are over. Demario Hines, cross the line. Can he take pole? No, he does not. Sander is on his outlap. He's not going to get it. Oswyne Wilson comes across the line now. Can he take pole? No, he does not. Marlon Younge's in the pits. And I believe that is your qualifying done there. That is your qualifying done with. Santiago takes pole from Tavar Clarke, a career best. And Demario Hines in third. San Diego. Oh. Well, congratulations, guys. Great qualifying. All the drivers now entering the pits there. Great qualifying out here. Tavar. Yep, you do. Oh, wow. Wow. Let's take a quick little mute into the chat now. As we are now just waiting for a couple guys. All right, boys, it is time for round 2. I'm really excited for this one. As the drivers are about to get onto the grid right now. There they are. It is finally time. Welcome along to round 2. Let's turn the music up a little bit now. Welcome along round 2 of the TCR EurAsia single make series. We have a great race coming out here. Modena, a track in Italy, very, very underrated, I'd say. Yeah, not really much to talk about this track here this week, as it doesn't hold too major events. But it is a fun track nonetheless. If you guys have assetto corsa, do check this track out. Let's take a look at the qualifying just before we get underway. Santiago puts it on pole. He is first. Second, we have Tavar Clarke. Third, we have Demario Hines. Fourth, we have Sander van Leeuwen. Fifth, we have Oswyne Wilson. Sixth, we have Marlon Younge. Seventh, we have Kevin Ospina. Eighth, we have Martin Webster. Ninth, we have Curtis Gregory. 10th, we have Kayle. 11th, we have Dylan. 12th, we have Danny. 13th, we have Rahul Nasseir. And 14th, we have Stephen Pommels, who's having a little bit of issues trying to connect. And as the music fades away, it's time to get underway. Good luck, everyone. Here we go. Say it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights. And we go racing at Modena, Santiago. Great start from him. See a couple of guys. Hopefully we can keep it clean around turn 1. Here, a car on the grid. We're going to check that out, but Santiago leads the charge. Demario Hines jumps into second there. We're going to check out if there is someone on the grid still. No, there isn't, but Martin Webster could not get off the line. Oh, no. Yeah, all good. If you can get back onto the track and run some laps, you should be good for a reverse grid pole at least. But yeah, very unfortunate there. That's Santiago with a commanding lead to Demario Hines. Now a second behind. Tavar Clarke is closing in. We have a couple battles going on back here. Oswyne Wilson on Kevin Ospina. Kevin Ospina onto the inside now. Can he get it done? Couple drivers bumping and grinding onto the back. Marlon Younge has to tuck in behind Kayle. And Oswyne Wilson keeps 4th position now. Looking down the order just a little bit there. No, we should be all good there. A little bit of glitch with the graphics there. We're just going to quickly take that out there. All right, good to go there now. Santiago already on a roll right now. As do we see positions going down now? Not just yet. Sander under deep pressure from Oswyne Wilson. Driver's eye. Actually, Sander right now is kind of in a sandwich. Tavar Clarke is holding desperately to keep some aliens behind him. A lot of drivers now spacing out. Looking down the order, looks like everything is calm down here. Way calmer than as we had in Tsukuba, but obviously that's because there's just way more opportunities to pass here, way more open space to spread your wings, and a lot of these guys are doing that. Battle for second between the top drivers of Tavar Clarke, Sander Van Leeuwen, Oswyne Wilson, and Kevin Ospina, who's just hanging on by a thread. Ooh, Tavar goes wide. Sander chucks it into the inside. Do they make contact? They're door to door, coming around the hairpin now to the front straight. To the back straight, I should say. Sander pulls the switch back. He's right on the bumper. Great shot here from the helicopter cam. Look how close all these guys are. Sander's losing a bit of time, hangs it wide. Is he gonna be able to keep that position? He is. Shuts the door on Oswyne Wilson. Tavar lives for another day now. Man, what an opening lap that was. Martin Webster gets a drive-through for speeding. That is not good for him. Hopefully he can get back on track. If he completes this race, he'll have reverse grid pole. But the points are very important, and he's not going to have any for this first race. Tavar Clarke now absolutely running the truly train out here in Modena. A little bit of damage onto the side door here. Sander puts it onto the inside. He wants that position because he's just being held up. Shoves it down to the inside. Gets the move done. Yes, he does. Tavar Clarke is going to have to settle for third. Tavar Clarke actually goes even wider now and gives a free spot to Oswyne, I believe. Yeah. Oswyne now hanging it onto the outside. Gives some chance for Kevin Ospina to take advantage, and he does. Oswyne Wilson has dropped down to 5th. One little mistake has cost him there, but Sander, crucially for this championship, getting up into P2. Tavar Clarke now still holding on to the top 3 there, as Kevin Ospina and Oswyne Wilson are hungry to get past him as soon as possible, as Marlon Younge is only 3 seconds away from them. He's holding his own with Kayle and Demario, which we haven't seen, but Demario actually lost out big time. We're gonna have to talk to him about that. He puts it down to the inside. Martin gets his drive-through taken. A little bit of bumping and grinding there, but Demario takes that position, and he's up into 7th now. Looking back up the field, if Tavar Clarke can hold him off for a little bit longer, we could see a couple more drivers into this battle. So we see Marlon Younge in the distance, not far away. Let's go. Driver's eye with Oswyne Wilson now, as he just has a big task ahead of him. Oh, man. What a battle out here. Oswyne Wilson tries it down to the inside of Kevin, desperately trying to get in front of him, As you know, he's also in this championship. But Kevin is holding a great fight with Oswyne Wilson. Tavar goes really wide coming around the final corner there. Great stuff from these guys here. Oh, man. Oswyne Wilson fighting so hard. Trying to get in front of Kevin. Just can't do it. Lap 8 of 20. The tires are going to start dying out right about now. Demario Hines had said a little bit earlier that the tires just go out after lap 8. Hopefully some drivers around him can feel the same effect so we can somehow capitalize. Santiago, however, having a commanding lead. That gap is 5 seconds from Sander. Can we see Sander come back? Big lockup from Tavar Clarke there. Just the tire smoke indicating that he is just cranking that wheel hard to the right on that final corner there. No respect for his tires at all. Santiago yellow flags there. I believe he's gone wide. Closes up the gap. It's now 3 seconds with Sander now. Kevin Ospina desperately defending the inside. Can Oswyne get a run? He might have to send it down the inside. He does. Kevin blocks him though. Ooh, really close behind him. As you guys know in motorsports, there's only one move you could do when you're defending. And once your one move is up, you gotta stay where you are. Because if it's a double move, it's a penalty. Great racing out here. Quickly checking the audio levels now. As you guys know in motorsports, there's only one move you could do. Alright, cool. Audio levels are better than ever. 12 people watching the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. Oswyne Wilson. He's hungry. He wants that position so badly. Just cannot get it done. Looking at the field now, Sanders about 2-3, solid 3 seconds behind the leader. Tavar Clarke finally able to get away as Kevin is just fighting with Oswyne and not focusing on the battle ahead. And as doing such, we see a charging Marlon Younge and a drifty Demario Hines in those dead tires. They're closing in big time. Kevin looks like he's finally broken the gap between himself and Oswyne Wilson, as I think those tires are finally letting go. Different lines from these two drivers here. I believe this is the closest battle we have. Let's actually look down the order. Demario Hines versus Marlon Younge. The Guyanese versus the Barbadian. We have Kayle the Jamaican. Not too far behind, having his own battle with Dylan Morant. Curtis Gregory in 10th. He's going to score some points there. Danny Nasseir, currently in P11. Lance Nasseir, currently in P12. And Martin Webster into the pits right now. I don't believe he's going to get pole here if he stays into the pits. There goes Santiago. So, if that's the case, we could be seeing an all Nasseir front row. Cannot wait to see that reverse grid there if that's the case. Sander losing a little bit of time from the leaders. Oswyne Wilson looks like he's now putting back the pressure. He's going to need an absolute mad run out the last corner before the back straight. Because it looks to me that's the only way he can get ahead of Kevin. But Kevin doing a great job in P4. Holding himself off from one of the best. We see Demario Hines way closer. Let's go driver's eye of him now. Keep an eye on his steering wheel there. We can see how much effort he's pushing in. into these tires here. Coming on turn 1 now. Hard on the brakes, first gear now. Ooh! Marlon Younge goes very wide, fishtailing the car almost. Doing it again. Lots of mistakes in the opening part of this lap. There's actually only 2 sectors on here. Let's see if he's strong in the second sector. We can see up in the distance, Kevin and Oswyne still battling. Ooh! Demario Hines desperately fighting this car. And looks like Marlon Younge is just pulling away on that final sector there. Gap between Oswyne Wilson and Kevin Ospina, 7/10 separate the two. We have 6 laps left to go in race 1. It looks like these guys might have to settle for their positions, as the lower you are in the standings, the better position you're going to start with in the reverse grid. So Santiago is going to be starting in dead last next to Sander. And we know what happened in the last race when those two were together, fighting, carving their way through up the pack. And they're going to have Tavar Clarke for company, as well as Kevin Ospina, which is closer to Tavar Clarke. I believe Tavar has made a mistake. The battle for P3 is back on. I believe it's because Oswyne Wilson had just backed off as well from this battle, knowing that, you know, he's just ruining his tires even more, probably saving it now for the last stages of this race, which are coming up now. Tavar Clarke in 3rd, holding himself up for a podium. Let's go. Driver's eye of Kevin Ospina. How close is that gap? It's 4/10. What a battle. You can tell, looking at the steering wheel from Kevin, this is where Demario loses it all the time. But Kevin, very neat around here. Lots of tire smoke. You can tell he's locking up so much. Four laps to go. We see in the background Oswyne Wilson looking for an overtake. Very wide goes Kevin Ospina. Is that the mistake that Oswyne needed? He needs to capitalize now. He needs an exit of a lifetime here if he's going to get this position. Launches out. He needs this position now. He's flashing his lights. Kevin on the inside now. Big lockup onto the rears. Corner exit he's not going to be doing very well in. Taking a look between Sander van Leeuwen now. Let's actually check it out. He's actually taking the lead. Sander is actually taking the lead of this race. What has happened? Yeah, the tire smoke is a result from a lot of these guys locking up. But it kind of looks like right now the cars are on fire. We're going to take a look at that, though, as we now have a battle for the lead. Oh, my God, I've not seen it. Maybe we had just caught it after. But now we have 2 races on our hands, a race for the lead. Sander crucially in the lead for this championship with 2 laps to go now. Sorry, 3 laps to go. Looking back down, Tavar Clarke still holding his own. Oh, man, there's so many battles to look at. We're going to have to take a look at the battle for the lead here. Driver's eye of Santiago switches to the inside. What a desperate move there almost. Kind of out of nowhere, almost taking out Sander. Almost gifting Tavar Clarke probably a win. But looking how close these battles are. Wow. Sander now looks to be pulling a gap. Rosenzweig is going to have 2 laps to go to try to get back his first position. Oswyne Wilson? Where did he go? Oswyne Wilson is down to 7th. All these battles are going on. I don't know what happened to him. They have Rahul Nasseir for company. Lance trying to get out the way. He does compromises Santiago a little bit. Oswyne Wilson loses out on this battle. Contact was probably made. That promotes Marlon Younge now. And Demario Hines up a couple positions. Santiago is falling behind of Sander. We have Cale and Dylan now battling for position here. Looks like he doesn't make the move now. Final lap for Sander. Santiago 2 seconds now. I guess the tires are dead. That has to be the only explanation. A lot of these guys' tires are just gone now. Demario Hines is going to have one last shot to get P5 off of Marlon. Marlon Younge defends the inside, holds the inside. Demario cuts to the outside now. The Barbadian has a pretty decent chance here. Ooh, too much curb. Comes into the back straight. Can we see Tavar Clarke keep his position from Kevin? He does. Demario Hines does not make that move either. But rounding out the final corner, Sander van Leeuwen. He may hate the car, but he's going to take the win. Race 1 goes to him. Santiago takes P2. Tavar Clarke is going to take a career best P3 at CMRSC. Well done to the top 3 there. Kevin Ospina is going to finish 4th. Demario Hines does not get Marlon Younge. What a race that was. Good job, guys. I caught you guys at the very last moment. I want to ask Santiago, what happened at the front there? I wasn't able to catch that. Right, I get you. Yeah, we were watching Oswyne and Tavar. You know, those guys were just battling almost the entire race, and then it turned into a Kevin versus Oswyne. Oswyne, I gotta ask, what actually happened to you? Because I wasn't able to see that. Did the tires just go out? Right. But it looks like right now the cars are on fire. We're gonna take a look at that though, as we now have a battle for the lead. Santiago a little bit. Yep, race 2 now. Let's take a look at who's going to be starting on race 2. And on this here front row, no, he didn't finish the race. About, yeah. It's fun to battle with them, that's for sure. Couple questions coming into the chat right now. What a race that was. Yeah, we thought Santiago was gonna cruise, but sadly, yeah, issues with his game. Yeah, no idea. He's definitely gonna have to get that fixed as soon as possible. Great race indeed. Are there flat spots in Assetto Corsa? Yes, there are, but they're kind of difficult to get. You're really gonna have to, you know, lock up the tires all the time. A lot of these guys are locking up the rears, but just for a short period of time. But there are flat spots and there are punctures. I don't think we're gonna get punctures. Looking at race 2 now, I am very excited. 22 seconds left to go for these guys to jump back onto the grid. And if you guys have any more questions, do let us know. Back into the chat now. There's your grid. All right. It is now time for race number 2. Let's check out the new standings here. Actually, the standings are a little bit messed up there. But I do believe we have an all Nasseir front row. That is for sure. I can tell you that much. Let's see if we can actually... Yeah, actually, we can get it here. So we have Lance Nasseir starting on pole position. Danny Nasseir is going to be starting in 2nd. Dylan Moran's going to be starting in 3rd. 4th goes to Kayle. 5th goes to Curtis. 6th goes to Martin Webster. 7th goes to Kevin Ospina. 8th goes to Marlon Younge. 9th goes to Oswyne Wilson. 10th goes to Sander. 11th goes to DeMario. 12th goes to Tavar, and 13th goes to Santiago. The list might be jumbled up just a little bit there, but it's now race time. Let's talk to these guys a little bit more. You just gotta be patient. 20 laps. I think the best thing you could do with the opening stages of this race is just to follow the aliens. Good luck. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights. And we go racing. This is going to be a good one. Danny Nasseir holds the charge now. Oh, big contact there. Not too sure who that is. Looking down the order, Tavar Clarke. We can't restart the race in reverse grids. Yeah, we'll take a look at it after the race. Let's keep comms clear now. Danny Nasseir! Oh, man. My partner in crime, Tavar Clarke, getting taken out. As we have Dylan Morant in 2nd, Oswyne Wilson in 3rd, Kayle in 4th, Kevin Ospina in 5th, Sander in 6th. Watch for those guys. 7th, Rosenzweig. 8th, Curtis. 9th, Martin Webster. 11th, DeMario Hines. Lance Nasseir to the back. We hear hammer time coming from the Barbadian. This is where you're going to get some pack racing. Now look at all the guys bunching up like it's lap 1 here. Danny Nasseir holding off. He's going to have 18 laps to go to keep this lead to win this one. I think we have someone with their mic open. Just watch. Oh, contact. Yep. We see contact there with Dylan and... Oh, Dylan returns the favor. It's absolute shambles here. Dylan Morant makes contact with Oswyne Wilson. Is that payback? I don't know, because they did bump a little bit earlier, almost causing a traffic jam. Man, what a first opening stages here. 3 wide into turn 1. They hang it all together. Dylan Morant is just bumping and grinding all his way down the field, going backwards, actually. Santiago desperately trying to get ahead. Oh, man, Dylan is just getting rear-ended everywhere he goes. But Danny Nasseir holding off from now Oswyne Wilson and Sander. Sander goes in too deep. Loses the position to Kevin Ospina. Not great for this championship, but he does keep... Saved it, though. Santiago not being able to pass Sander. He's going to need to overtake him as soon as possible. Have we lost Tavar? We did not lose Tavar. Lance Nasseir is also in the back. Danny Nasseir versus Oswyne Wilson now. Danny Nasseir on the inside now. What a switchback from Oswyne Wilson. He takes the lead. What a move. Kevin Ospina now looking to overtake Danny Nasseir. Hopefully there's no contact between them. What a move. Ospina now. Take a look at our helicopter cam. He dives it down to the inside. Oh, almost contact with Sander there as he tried to follow suit, I believe. Oh my god, both aliens, you can see Rosenzweig and Sander now trying to get past Danny Nasseir. Just the pace difference you could see with these guys. Oh, a little bit of bump from Sander that's actually going to send him 3 wide, can we see? They're looking for it. Both aliens now trying to go for it. Sander decides to take the charge. He gets the move done. What a move, and Santiago loses out on that. I think just hitting the tail end of Danny Nasseir's car. Dylan Morant tries to take the position from him. Can Santiago do something about it? They're neck and neck, side by side, down the back straight. What a battle this is. Santiago still on the outside, but he's going to have the inside now. And can he get it done? Looks like Kayle is also trying to follow suit. He's going to lose out, locking up a little bit. Falling down to Marlon. They make contact. Marlon's going to get that one done. Oswyne Wilson leads from Kevin Ospina and Sander. Danny Nasseir in 4th. Santiago in 5th. Dylan Morant in 6th. Kayle and Marlon Younge side by side now. This is the fight for P7. Kayle's going to have the inside. A little bit of bumping and grinding from the back there as well. Driver's eye of Marlon Younge. Can he get the move back? He dives to the outside. They're door to door. If he can hang it around the outside for long enough. No, he cannot. Big lockup. And it's backed up the pack a little bit now. How close is Santiago to Danny Nasseir? He actually overtakes Danny Nasseir. Santiago up into 4th now. Dylan Morant in P6 trying to see if he can overtake Danny Nasseir now. Oh, big spin from Danny Nasseir. He saves it though. And he keeps the position miraculously. Kayle looks like he's having his own fight with the exploit boys down there. Martin Webster desperately trying to get some positions now after starting dead last. Sander and Kevin are now side by side with each other. Keep an eye on these two now. Demario Hines makes contact with Kayle. Big damage to the two guys there. They're down at the back now. Sander now on the charge, blinking his headlights on Kevin, forcing him to make a mistake. They go down to turn 1. Sander has to tuck behind him now. And while this is going on, Oswyne Wilson has checked out. Look at this battle down here. 4 cars, 4 position. Danny Nasseir, battle for P5 all the way down to P9. Dylan holding off. Can it go 3 wide here? Let's go to our helicopter cam. X-Play are side by side. Martin Webster's going to take that position. A little bit of contact there from Marlon and Morant. Curtis not far behind, just watching the action unfold. Martin dangerously close to Danny Nasseir, side by side. Dylan Morant and Marlon Younge. Can Curtis dive one down the outside to take it? No, he loses out. Danny Nasseir is going to lose that position to both X-Play drivers as well. A little bit of contact there to door. Great racing from these guys. Oh, that's contact from the back. Sander gets the move done on Kevin. Can Kevin come back? We know he had the pace, and he finally gets it done. Now Sander has a car in between. Oh, big spin from Danny Nasseir. He's falling down the order, starting from P2 all the way down to P12. Not what he needed. Crazy action going on here, but looks like it is finally settling down. Oswyne Wilson commanding lead of 3 seconds. Sander has 10 laps to fight this battle for the lead. Santiago. Is this going to be the second race in a row where he's going to lose out to Sander? That's going to make a difference into the championship big time, especially if Oswyne can hold it off and take the win. Keep an eye down the order now. Do we see any battles? Yes, we do. We see Tavar Clarke versus Dylan Morant versus Curtis Gregory. Battle for 7th. Great action down here at Modena. Dylan holds on to the inside, almost. Curtis almost taking out Dylan Morant there. That was close. Great battle out here for P7. Looking back up the field now. Sander is still 3.5 seconds behind Oswyne Wilson. Having a great race out there. Here's some aggression warnings coming from one of the drivers there. Dylan onto the inside now, covering off Tavar Clarke of any potential dive bombs. But looks like Tavar doesn't need to worry as he's now into the inside. Unnecessary defending has now put Tavar Clarke alongside of Dylan Morant. Can Curtis Gregory make it 3 wide? Look at the helicopter cam right now. Dylan Morant is firmly on the inside. Can Tavar Clarke switch back? They're door to door, side by side. What a move a last late lunge if he can hold it on right beside him. He could take it. No, he does not. Looking at the field. It's that team orders we see. Marlon Younge has been let free from Martin Webster. Big lockup from Tavar Clarke there. They're side by side now again. Curtis Gregory, another show that he gets to watch free of charges. Tavar Clarke gets half spun there and loses out big time once again. Yeah, like I was saying, there's no team points in this series. But Martin Webster acknowledging that his X-Play buddy is in contention for this one. Sander, keep it in P2 as Santiago now desperately trying to get ahead of Kevin Ospina. This would be huge if the championship leader is going to be stuck in fourth. We see a little bit of issues there coming from Kayle. He's very slow coming out, and I think that is Danny Nasseir, I believe, who is into the pits. Yes, Danny Nasseir is into the pits. He's out of this one. I'm not too sure what has happened to him. Looking down the order now. Santiago desperately trying to get ahead of Kevin Ospina. Making sure there's no other battles that are closer. Let's go. Driver's eye of Santiago. Coming into turn one now. Hard on the brakes. Both of them go. Looks like he's trying to find the inside. He doesn't. Kevin doing amazing with his defense in both races. You gotta give him props, man. He's improved so much over the past couple of weeks. Then I'll be defending a very quick driver. Here, Tavar possibly teleporting. Looking at the pings now, he does have a 200 ping. We'll keep an eye on it, Mario. We'll keep an eye on that ping there. Make sure it doesn't cause too many incidents where he has to be disqualified from the race. Santiago puts it down the inside to no avail. 5 laps to go here. Santiago trying to get it done. He looks like he can get it done here, maybe? No, he tucks in. Oh, man, so close. The closest battle we have so far on track. Great battles from these guys here. Oswyne Wilson holding on the lead, but Sander has put that gap down to 1.5 seconds. Santiago, however, even closer to the bumper of the American. Two very close battles, and looks like we have Dylan Moran covering the inside for Tavar Clarke now. Can Tavar keep it around the outside? These two guys have been battling almost every lap, it seems. Tavar puts it down the inside. Can Tavar finally get it done? They're side by side. Dylan's gonna need the almighty dive, and he keeps it. Tavar hangs it wide. 0.5 second separates the front two guys. Dylan Moran gets taken out. And Sander The battle for the lead is here. On board, Oswyne Wilson versus Sander van Leeuwen. We know Sander loves the inside line, but what can he do on the outside? This is the battle for the lead. 3 laps to go, coming up to 2 laps to go. If Oswyne Wilson can hold off the Flying Dutchman, this could be very huge for the points. Sander's going to need the dive of a lifetime. Oswyne Wilson's going to have to defend. Oswyne leaving him little space into the inside. No! Oswyne Wilson has spun out of this one. Can he get back on track as soon as possible? No! Loses 3 positions in 1 corner. Oh, man. But Sander could potentially have himself another win in the bag. What action! Oh, man. Oswyne Wilson. He was so close. A little bit too aggressive there. I believe, I'm not too sure. I guess the tires just let out. So close to taking that one, man. He still has a chance for P2 as these guys are heavy into a battle. 2 laps to go now. And Santiago needs this miracle to happen. He needs that P2. What a race this has been from start to finish. And Santiago is going to have one more chance. He puts it onto the inside. They make contact. Door to door. Kevin still banging doors with Santiago. Dylan Moran loses a position in the background there. They make even more contact. Kevin Ospina refusing to lose this battle. They make even more contact. Oswyne Wilson on the rear of Kevin Ospina. Is Santiago scot-free? Not just yet. A little bit more bumping and... Oh my God. Kevin is desperately trying to get past, but he's run out of time. Can Oswyne Wilson drag him to the line? Sander wins this one. Santiago's going to hold off. Kevin Ospina is going to take P2, and Oswyne Wilson is going to take... Sorry. Ospina is going to make P3. Wilson is going to take P4. Marlon Younge is going to take P5. Martin Webster is going to take P6 after letting his teammate out the way. Tavar Clarke, look at him holding a battle for himself. He holds it in P7. Demario Hines puts down the hammer, finishes in P8. Dylan Morant miraculously gets it into P9. Curtis Gregory in 10th. Roper in 11th. Yeah, great racing, guys. That was a good one. All right, well done, guys. That was an amazing race, especially that second one. So much action. Another reverse grid, another great race. We'll get through the interviews now. Sander, I want to talk to you. That 2 wins, and you said you were thinking of not participating this evening. Thankfully, you did. Take us through those races. It was on. How was that battle with Oswyne Wilson at the end there? Right, yeah. Well, you know what? 2 wins. Congratulations. That is very big for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, congratulations. Great stuff. All right. Have a good night. All right, moving down the order now. P2, Santiago. How was those races for you? Oh, has he gone? Oh. Wow, man. All right, well, moving on now. P3. I want to talk to Tavar. How was that race for you? Apologies about the Discord audio not going through with the interviews. We're currently working on that right now.
Person started going through my car, and all of a sudden my car is like turning in the wrong direction, and then my car was like fully damaged. So I don't know what happened for the second race, and then I tried to battle my way back up. I realized some guys were like door to door and hitting each other, so I kind of like capitalized on that, and then there was a little battle between Dylan and I, which I got hit from behind again. I don't know if it was like I closed the door on him or what happened, but I just know that I got hit from behind there, and then I tried to fight my way back up. And then I realized that Mario was behind me, which was quite scary. But I finished it off P7. I'm pretty sad about that for the second race, but points finish again. So thanks for that.
For sure, man. Congratulations, nonetheless. That's a P3 in the first race. So even though it's a P7 in the second race, at least you got something.
Still wanted more though, because I was pretty fast. I had the pace, but like to get a P7, like it's good, but like I want to do better, so I'm not really happy.
Well, I definitely know you're probably gonna be putting even more laps to try to get prepared for this next race.
Yeah, sure I will do.
Well, congratulations, Kevin. Man, you had such a boxing match out there in the second one. How was that?
Oh yeah. Well, coming into the weekend, I didn't, compared to where everybody else's pace was, I had no idea where I would end up in terms of race pace, but yeah, man.
For this next,
my main goal really was just to keep my nose clean, try to get the tires to last towards the very end as best as I could. I mean, considering that I had to hold back a lot of faster guys, so yeah, I think was it in the first race? No, that was the second race. No, well, the first 2 races, I knew the top 2 guys. I just had to let them go and make sure I could stay in front and keep 3rd place. Or where did I finish? 4th? I don't even remember.
First race you finished 4th.
4th, right. Yeah, I mean, all in all I wanted to do was just keep my nose clean, and yeah, I did the best I could. 4th place for the first one.
Yeah, and take us through the ending of that second race there.
Oh, the ending. Well, my first round 1 of my many boxing matches, I had to hold back Sander as best as I could, but I just knew he was going to be really fast, so I had to make sure I didn't over-defend and cause a crash, which almost happened when he overtook me at the very end of that. and then he just got away from me, and then I had to hold the next guy in line. And yeah, that one was round 2. We had a little battle for a few laps, I believe, keeping the pressure on. So I was kind of a little shaky. Tires were wearing out, so I was a little sliding into the braking zones a little further than I needed to preserve my tires. But in the end, it was a fierce battle for sure. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely saving the tires was worth it at the very end. And yeah, sucks you couldn't hold that position off there from Santiago, but it was an amazing battle nonetheless. So congratulations, man.
Thank you.
All right. Speaking of which, in that second race, I want to talk to Oswyne now. That was a really good race from you there, up until just 2 laps to go, where it looked like you've just lost the tires, maybe the back end.
Yeah, I was trying to be a bit cheeky going into turn 1, trying to squeeze who won the race?
Sander.
Yeah, trying to squeeze under wide and then try to cut back onto the normal racing line, but I lost control of the car because it was light on fuel and I didn't account for that, so lost the car 360, but still end up with 5th place, so I take it. Terrible weekend, but still got a lot of points.
Actually, I believe you finished P4 in that race there. You've only lost that 3 positions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but well, I guess when like you rejoined the track there, I mean, did you think you had a chance when you saw Santiago and Kevin battling on like the last stages of that race?
Yep, I could make a few moves, but I didn't want to push it, and I just decided to settle for the position and allow the guys to enjoy themselves.
Right, man. Well, we've already talked to you about your first race, so yeah. Still, you've got some good points onto the board there, and that shouldn't hurt your championship hunt too badly.
Yeah, man.
Congratulations. All right, moving on now. I want to talk about the first race now, going to you, Demario. I bet your second race was an absolute nightmare, but you probably have a great tale to talk about in that first race, so how was that one for you?
The first race was brilliant. I had a nice fight with Marlon Younge cut towards the end, and yeah, it was first of all it was great to be back too, and can't wait for the next race. But in the second one now, I don't know what happened, to be too honest. I was in P8, saw P6 available going in the first corner, and then all of a sudden, we had a couple guys that probably just missed their braking points and ended up coming through the crowd. So I got caught up in that, and then a couple other spins throughout the second race. So the second race was just terrible. But yeah, man, I enjoyed myself regardless.
Right, yeah, big return coming back here and scoring some big points into the first race. Yeah, the second race, you had a little mishap, but I believe that wasn't your fault that what happened. You were kind of just a passenger in that collision.
Yeah. But
right.
That's all with racing,
Yeah, for sure. And, hopefully we could see you next week, because I bet, this is just growing from here.
Oh, yeah, and coming off from the injury, the hand actually survived this race. I'm feeling good now, so it's just to get back off this rust off of me and get back in the swing of it.
Right, congratulations. Marlon, 2 5th places, but the second race I had noticed a little bit of team orders, Martin letting you through.
No, I was pretty faster than him, so it didn't make no sense. Us battling and taking each other out, so yeah, he left me by.
How's the race?
It was wonderful, man. But the first race, I was a bit disappointed because I was positioning my car. I didn't want to hit anybody and stuff like that. And by the time I finished the first 2 turns, or the first 3 turns going into the box right there, I realized I was in 8th place. So it's like, what the hell? I didn't even know I lost 2 places. So I started to put my head down and I had to battle back. But by the time I passed the guys, it was difficult to catch the chasing pack. I had good pace, but not enough to catch them. So I was driving a lonely race and I had to keep Demario at the last part, but because my tires went, and I had to just defend and keep the position. But the second race, it was fun, man. That was crazy. We went 3 wide and something on the back straight. It was awesome, man. That was good fun.
Right, man. Yeah, congratulations. Honestly, yeah, it was a lot of fun watching your battles go down, especially with Demario there.
Yeah, I I had the better of them this trip, so I'm happy because all week I was struggling and I didn't practice for 2 days and stuff, and I came here today and we did some thoughts and stuff. I got my thoughts together and the car worked beautifully. So I just happy for that, man.
All right, well, congratulations. Martin, P6. Sadly, what actually happened at the start of the first race?
The first race, I lost control. The USB connection went, and I lost microphone, steering wheel, keyboard, everything. It's a glitch. Probably when we get a voltage spike, it happens. And with all the cables and wires I got hooked up here, you always get those RF interferences. But it is what it is. I'm not upset, but it's that's what happens.
But a P6 in race 2. How was that?
Was a bit better. I enjoyed a lot of the battles and coming through the pack. I got lucky because I started dead last. I got lucky with the carnage in turn one, and I was able to stay away from it. But I still got some bump on grinds during the race. But those were all fun. They were fair and stuff like that. So but all in all, was nice. Was a nice race to actually be driving in the race. After putting in all them laps, almost 500 laps in practice, to actually be able to drive the car in the race.
Right. Well, other than that, still a P6 in race 2, good enough for the points. And
yeah, good enough.
Yeah, pack up and head on to the next round. Put this behind you.
Sure will.
Congratulations. Dylan, P8 in the first race there and P9 in the second race. Sadly losing out in some battles there. Take us through both the races.
Sorry about that. What was the? Sorry.
Yeah, I was saying that both races you were, especially the second race, you lost out a little bit there. But take us through both of your races.
Well, the first race is actually really good. Managed to save the tires. Got a good start, and started catching Kayle, or I don't know how to pronounce his name. I definitely messed that up, but I started catching him up around like lap 14, lap 15, and then got him at the end. So that was big for the first race. And the second race just had a really good start, got to second place, and then just got caught with racing everyone and wore the tires by lap 14.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no idea what happened to you there. We just caught you at the last second of what had happened. But yeah, nonetheless, you know what? Just like I said with Martin, put this race behind you. You definitely have some great potential putting in top fives and even more. So yeah, I can't wait to see you in the future. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Moving on now, Kayle, I believe you got a P9 in the first race there, but no points into the second one. How was that for you?
Well, congrats to our race winners. It was a good race all around. The first race, it was kind of a testing grounds for me because I didn't do much practice.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see you in the future.
Races, but I could see right away that I was just off the pace. I was a solid second a lap slower than the guys at the front, and toward the midfield I was about 7/10 a lap slower. I didn't get to do much running, so managing the tires was very difficult for me, but I realized from the first few laps in the first race that I was going to be doing a lot of defending, and I think Dylan can attest that I did a lot of defending. That was just my entire first race, just defending. And going into the second race, seeing as though I finished P9 in the first one, I was P3 starting the reverse grid for the second race, and I actually got a really good start, and I was feeling quite optimistic going into T1, but I just misjudged my braking point. I braked way too early, and that caused some of the guys to go up my inside and even around me, so I kind of just dropped like a stone down the order. But yeah, it was just damage limitation. I was glad that I got I was glad that I finished in the top 10 in the first race, and I was glad for the experience in the second. Just good racing all around.
Good racing indeed. Congratulations. Curtis, 2 P10s, 2 points to take home. How was those races? How were
They
those
were
races,
both
I should
really
say?
good. Frankly, my race 1 wasn't boring like last week. Race 2 is, I think that's always going to be the fun race, 100%.
For sure.
Race 1, well, actually, I am going to comment on it. Dylan, yeah, it was Dylan. I can definitely remember Dylan because it was bright purple car. I think Tavar maybe a little bit in race 1. I forgot where he finished. But there was definitely like a good battle between both races. It was really good. Second race, lap 12, I wiped out. I think I'm not sure if I took out anyone fully, but I know I slowed them down definitely. So I do want to say sorry for that. But it seems like there was the pack form backed up at the end. So I don't think I ruined anyone's races. Maybe just slowed them down a bit, but it was definitely really fun.
Yeah, you had front row seats to some amazing battles, especially in race 2. Yeah, it was honestly, yeah. I every time I cut towards you, I always watched if you were going to make a move against the top guys because you were always behind a huge pack. So potentially, I was just waiting if you were going to make any move, especially at the start of race 2 when you were battling for the lead.
Wait, I was?
Yeah, at the start of race 2, you were in the battle for the lead with about like 5 other guys.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's why. 5 other people.
One of the guys that drove over me.
Yeah, but still, at the end of the day, you know what? You win some, you lose some, but at least you scored some points here. Congratulations, nonetheless. Well, that is your top 10 from both races. Thank you, everyone, for coming out today. And yeah, I'm going to close off the stream now. If you guys want to say your final goodbyes, you can now.
Bye. Thanks for being.
Thanks for coming out, everybody.
See you guys next week.
Well, action-packed racing all across the board. Man, that was some great racing, especially, you know, reverse grids never disappoint. Not as action-packed as a race 1, as race 2 back at Tsukuba, but action-packed nonetheless. And especially that race 1, you know, Sander getting away with 2 wins as well. Oh, man. But that is your round 2 at Modena. Next week, we head to Knoxville. A classic for a lot of these guys, especially if they play iRacing. So yeah, cannot wait to see these guys out there in Scotland for the Scottish GP. Thank you everyone so much for tuning out. We have 8 viewers on right now. Thank you all for the support. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We are so close to 100 subscribers. So make sure to hit that. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. And you also know when we post our Hot Laps of the Week. Make sure to like the stream. Follow us on all of our social medias in the link in the description down below. If you're a racer, have I convinced you yet? I hope I have. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next week for Knoxville. Round 3. 2 rounds to go. We are at the halfway point. Stay safe and make sure to wear your masks if you still have to in your areas. Wash your hands, sanitize, do all that good stuff. My name is Rahul Nasseir from Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club, and I am out. Have a good evening or a good rest of your day wherever you are in the world.
Got off the wires when I close my eyes, disconnected and tired. I see just fired.